Hello, YouTube fans. Here again. And I figured why not do this one. Now, I remember talking about the original. It was a video nasty. Some people say it was banned in 41 countries. And they also did a sequel a couple of days later. That being Faces of Death 3. That's right, Faces of Death 3. Because of the success of the number one, because of the success of the second one, a couple of years later, in 1985, they decided why not, release Faces of Death 3. Now, Faces of Death 3, I would say, is most of the darkest, one of the Jimmys, and so on. What do I mean about that? Well, with the original and even the second one, there's a lot of cruelty to animals. In this, you could say the animals get the revenge. There's a lot of death scenes with human beings with animals. Okay. The original Faces of Death, there was a scene where a stuntman gets eaten up by a crocodile. There's a scene where an idiot, and I will call him an idiot, because he gets eaten up by a bear, his own stupidity. But normally it was that harm done to animals in it. And so in this one, it's more the animals getting the revenge. And I always remember, the weird opening Faces of Death 3 ass. I always remember it. Because you've got this. Let me show you this as an example. Now people think, why the fuck am I showing my eyeballs in front of a camera? Because that's the opening of Faces of Death 3. So you've got this weird cheapy music, and all the way through the opening you've got eyeballs looking at you. Doing that, blinking every 2 minutes. I swear to God, you have that every 2 minutes. It's pop-up freaky. It will freak you out. I wouldn't recommend watching Faces of Death 3 if you've had too much to drink. If you've been drinking and you decided, oh, I watch Faces of Death 3, and you watch the opening like this, do it one more time, you're going to be totally eyes are tight. You're going to be, what the hell am I watching? Even when you're sober, you're going to think, what the hell is this? So it does have a weird opening where you got all these eyeballs, not just mine, you get different eyeballs blinking and staring at you every 2 minutes. What a way to open a biography. So you've got the same guy, Doctor something, I can't remember his name now, you know he was a doctor, a professor, the same guy, let's just say, from 1 and 2. And again, he's going on about the monologue, what it's like to die, the death, and everything. So, you've got to talk about people dying. Most of them are like accident scenes. You've got a suicide, basically to the first one. You've got someone that killed himself. You've got someone who's stuck a drug and he's in a prison cell and he's spitting and acting hysterical. And one of the ones that is the most nastiest is you've got a serial killer. And he's up to court for murdering women and murdering people. And apparently they've got a video to set. That brings memories back to me. And they're putting it on. And I do remember some of this is slightly trimmed down in the UK. Again, I'm not boasting the boast. I've got the uncut one. But he's apparently going to make a snuff tape where he rapes this girl. He's laying into her. He's about to kill her. The police come in the nick of time and he gets caught trying to make this horrible snuff tape. So, I mean, that's a little bit disturbing. And that's supposed to be his outdoing. Then you've got a scene where a guy walks into a room at the one time. He gets bit by a snake. Now, the only difference is, I think he does live fast. I don't think he dies. So some of this, you don't really see people get killed. Some people get hurt in the film. I thought it was like different on biography. You've got another where you've got a deep sea diver, he's in the water, and remember right there, he gets bit by a tiger shark. I could be right wrong on that. Yeah, I think it is a tiger shark. It swims up to him and it bites him in the face. Again, I don't think he dies, but he does come out a bad way. I could be right wrong on that one. Yeah, positive he doesn't die. But I do know he gets bit in the face by a tiger shark. I said, take right. A tiger shark. So that's like a good one. Then you've got a dickhead. And again, I'm going to somebody a name because this dickhead breaks into a building. Did I feel sorry for him? people might think I'm an arsehole, but I didn't. I felt more sorry for the dogs, because dogs were doing the job. Because this dive breaks in, you've got, I'll go around London how many? I say about, I think 2 actually. Go around London that. But they've got 2 house stations. They run up to him and they rip this guy to pieces. He broke into a house. Say it again. He broke in an house. But nevertheless, you do see it on CCTV, the old sort of CCTV that spins around here and there. So that's not an interesting one in Faces of Death 3. So it definitely doesn't fuck around. It definitely hits a notch from the previous 1 and 2. Again, I'll say a bit of a video nast there. Still, the original will always be the daddy. But there are some, I said this is definitely a step up from number 1 when it comes to some of the stuff in it. So you've got Dr. Thingy, I think he's in Mexico, could be right in London, that, and he's talking about a guy getting dedicated, right? They're testing him. The torture in this is not for the faint-hearted. Because they've got the testing him, right? Whether this is fake and it's staged or it's real, it's a different story. So they're dedicating him, he's not talking, you've got one guy with a big, I think it's like a metal bar, and he hits him a couple of times. You hear him screaming in pain. That definitely went through me. He's in so much pain, he passes out. I think they get something like form or something, and they put it in his nose to wake him up. The guys are dedicating him again. He's not thinking, so he lights up a cigarette. Word of warning for people who are faint-hearted and don't like disturbing content. Believe me, it's more disturbing seeing it. So he lights up a cigarette, word of warning, and he puts the cigarette in his face. I gotta admit, even I was like, just the thought of that, just the thought. Again, the guy doesn't talk, he's all bloody, he's all bruised up in the face. So they get a rope and they hang him. And they kill him. That's one way of saying it, they kill him. But I do like the bit where he says, long live the Chandler. He's talking about his favourite drink. Can't remember now what drink it is. But his favourite alcoholic drink. And he's sipping it. It's obviously homemade. And he says, wasn't to the Chandler or something like that. I do actually like that one. I thought I started to look a story. Now you've got one where you've got a deep sea diver. And it goes in the water and he has to get stuck. Now, this is staged and it's a damn good effect. Because you've got deep sea divers, it's really cheapy as anything, going under the water to get his body, and you actually see him taking the body out. I thought that was really, Then you've got another one that I think now this one went, I think of it now, which one? From the snake one, I've done the snake one. Don't think how the last one goes. Just bear with me. So I've got the animals. Oh yeah, the bomb one. There's one where there's a bomb. And they're disarming the bomb and it goes off at the one time. Not as interesting as the other ones. But if someone missed out and everyone's seen Faces of Death 3, let me know. But in this, has been the most infamous, it has been the most nastiest, it doesn't feast back. They get a nod or two. I like this one. There's not as much cruelty to animals as what there were in 1 and 2. But it's professionally see the animals and attacking the people. And as for the dog gets killed by the house station, because it killed the guy, because the dog's got the taste for blood, they had no option but to kill the 2 dogs. That's more upsetting, the fact that they killed these 2 dogs. I was more upset for the dogs, because the guy did break in. In all fairness, the guy broke in to rob someone's belongings. Okay, the dogs went a little bit too far. They killed the guy, but nevertheless, they got killed by doing their own job, protecting another man's property. But nevertheless, I don't mind this one. It's definitely a lot more ruthless. So, Faces of Death 3. It ends, you've got words coming up, it's those bits and bobs of what you've just seen. Got that cheapy music again. End of biography. Can I call it a movie? No. Yes, it's a movie length. But I would say that Faces of Death 3, again, like 1, 2. It's more of a biography. What points to a differ? It's not a film I'd watch again, but again, like 1. Again, like number 2. This one, I would have to give it a 3-star rating. A 3-star rating. It's good. It's an interesting one, but it's not something I'd watch again and again. It's just I just like the opening with the eyes doing that without doing it. I had to do it one more time with the eyes staring at you. To admit that is a bit freaky, and it definitely freaks me out. But yeah, Faces of Death 3. What points do we give it? I've just done it. Put into them. Be smart. Be safe. I watched my eyes out. I was tempted to do it. I'll see you later.